First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakha Kodesh. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. And yeah, I just wanted to get into a few of these articles. I have about two here, and this is dealing with the energy crisis, really the first one, which now they're saying, this is from ZeroHedge.com, August 1st, 2022, which is today. All right, they're saying now that EU country may close stores to conserve power. All right, and this specific country is Finland. All right, which is only one out of the rest to come. But as you can see, it says amid energy crisis in Europe, about 2,800 Finnish stores, that's a lot of stores, may have to close their doors periodically this winter. It says grocery stores in Finland could have to take turns for closing for closing for hours, or take turns closing for hours at a time to reduce their energy usage this winter. The country's grid operator told news outlet YLE on Sunday. So basically, with a limited supply of energy, you cannot have, like today, if you go to a shopping mall or a shopping center, you have BJ's, Costco, Stop and Shop, Sam's Club, Five Below, Five Guys, all these stores, Chipotle, and other stores all together, and they're all open, right? I couldn't find it here, so I'm gonna go to this one. Oh, I couldn't find it here, I'm gonna go to this one. All right, but now with the shortage, you can't have all these stores open at the same time. Now it gotta be, it gotta take turns. So maybe from like 9 a.m. to 12 or 1 p.m. That's BJ's is open, but then after that they closed. And then that way another store can be open, because then if you have them all at the same time, that could cause whatever it is they're gonna say later on. It's like in the article about having all the stores open at the same time is too much. All right, given the lack of energy they have, which is interesting. As a matter of fact, if we look up, uh, let's see, why is Europe having an energy crisis? It says here several factors have caused Europe's current energy crisis. The growing global energy demand as a result of the economic recovery, the temporary decrease in wind power production in Europe, Russia's limited gas scale on spot market, limited gas supply from Norway because of maintenance issues, and higher gas going on. So now it says here, what was the other part? The temporary decrease in wind power production in Europe, but then you have Russia's limited gas sales on the spot market. Now, you got to ask yourself, right? Why did Russia decide to do this? Did not the EU turn around and say, no, we're going to package a nice sanction package to slam and throw at Russia? Right? Were they not there, riding right on the coattails of America saying, yeah, we got to sanction them, throw sanctions, throw sanctions. We got to stand for Ukraine. We got to do this. And did they not? What did you think? Why did you think that you would escape unscathed, throwing sanctions on a country that you depend on for gas? And then you turn around and now you're upset because now you're having these shortages of energy and all of that. Now, if your eyes are open and you understand what's really going on behind the scenes, then you can understand that it doesn't make sense for people who truly care about their country to go this route. It's like shooting yourself in the foot. You know that this is what's going to happen. You depend on this such and such, and you're basically cutting off your avenue to get what you need from this person or this country or whatnot. So, A, you're either really thoughtless, or B, you are doing it deliberately because I'm sure they had to have analyzed the risks, and yet they still did it. Okay, so they know exactly what they're doing. They're behind it. This is a perfect smokescreen to bring that energy crisis. Remember, we are on the verge. Not, I'm sorry, we're not on the verge. We are in the midst of a transition. Remember, don't forget about the fourth industrial revolution, the Great Reset. Yeah, that's happening. It's not gonna be just a one day they just snap their fingers and everything just turns from what it is now into something else. It's a transition, and in the transition, you have to take out the old and bring in the new. So we're in the process of them taking out the old, and that involves all these calamities and these uncomfortable situations, and so on and so forth. Okay, as you can see, is Europe's Judge Judy asks, is Europe's energy crisis self-inflicted? Yeah, for the most part. You think about it. What sense does it make in what you did? But anyway, these are the consequences. And as it's going into as wintertime comes up. All right, now there were talks about blackouts, rolling blackouts in the summer because of the excess use of power. And keep in mind that summer is not the only time that power gets used a lot. Okay, winter is another time that power gets used a lot. Summertime, if it gets hot and you can't turn on your AC, you have other alternatives. You go outside, you go to the pool, you find a way to cool off, take a cold shower. Now, in the wintertime, if your heater's not on and you're cold, what are your other alternatives? You're not gonna go outside, right? You might take a hot shower, but then what? You're going to bundle up in clothes and blankets, but that's not really going to do it. So in the wintertime, people are forced to heaters, building heaters, transportation, companies, stores. So there's a lot of energy consumption during these times, especially during peak hours. All right, and that's why here it is in Finland. Now they facing the reality of having to close stores temporarily and take turns whose store is going to be open at what time. It says here, with fuel shortages expected, Finnish households will also be told to lower their consumption. So not only do the stores have to basically be on a rotational basis, the households have to lower their consumption. And it's not just in Finland that this is going on. I forgot. I think Germany is another area. That they were telling them. And so a lot of things are going on. That's why the scriptures say, watch. There's a lot of things are happening all at the same time. And it's all culminating into a even bigger situation. It says, according to the grid operator, Finland's roughly 2,800 food stores will need to come to arrangements with each other over who will close and who will stay open if power is rationed in a particular area. And that in itself is going to be an interesting thing, because how then do you agree, okay, who stays open at this time and who closes at this time? It says this kind of agreement is especially important in rural areas. And what is this going to do? It's going to lead to long lines, because if you find out that this store has the items you need, but they're only open for 5 hours a day or 4 hours a day from one time to another, everybody's going to want to be there at that time. And what is that going to lead to? Long lines. You're going to have, oh, it's 4 o'clock, the store is closing, and they have people outside freezing, been waiting for hours, and they still didn't get their stuff. So where are they going to set their sights? Somebody who's coming out the store, Or then they might try to run to the other store, but you already got another line there already. It says this kind of agreement is especially important in rural areas to ensure that all the outlets in one town or village don't end up shutting at the same time. Yeah, see, because if they all just jump on it and use it at the same time, there's going to be some effects of that, especially with a limited amount of energy. Okay, and then it goes into some information, some statistical information, and things that we've seen here. I'm looking for the new information pertaining to this topic, which it says with a crunch looming once the cold finish winter sets in, the government will urge households to lower their consumption from August onwards, as is already happening in several other European countries. Okay? It says, along with the EU's 26 other member states, Finland has also committed to voluntarily lowering its gas consumption by 15% over the winter, with an agreement that could become mandatory if the bloc declares a state of emergency. And now here it is: you can only shower for 10 minutes. That hot shower got to be on at 10 minutes is off. Shut that thing off. You know, because if your energy level or energy usage exceeds a certain amount, they might just shut off the electricity in your house. Who knows? You know, because what they're doing is they're moving towards a very restrictive world, a world where you're given a limited amount of something, and you have to make do with that. And if you surpass that, then it's over for you. Like they came out with this new card. I forgot what the climate is. Something. Damn, what's the name of the card? Um, it's like carbon card. Card? No. Let me see. Credit card. It's like a black card or something like that. No, no, no. Yeah, it is. This one. What is this called? Climate action. Okay, global climate action. So let's take a look at that. Do black credit card. Yep. And basically it says Economy is now launching the world's first credit card with a carbon footprint limit. Do black. Why black? It says the launch of this premium card marks the first milestone. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Keyword. Let's type that in. Milestone. What is a milestone? A stone, no, an action or event marking a significant change or stage in development. Okay, stage in development. So now let's type in the word development. So as it says, the process of developing or being developed. Wow, Google. I mean, this is incredible. Anyway, we know what development is. I thought they'd give me something better, but it's a stage in development. So when you hear that term milestone, this means this isn't just like some outlier, right? Some outlier event that they just mentioned. No, this means that there's going to be a continuation of it. You've hit and the key part is the first milestone. The second you position something as first, you open the door for, so that means that there's more. That means there's more coming, right? If you say if you go out with somebody, right, and you say, oh yeah, this is the first store we're going to. The second you hear this is the first store we're going to versus this is the store we're going to, what does that indicate to you? Oh, that means that we're going to other stores. This is just the first one. So when you hear that this card, it marks the first milestone, right? It means that there's going to be more to come in this same direction of limitation via carbon footprint. All right, as it says here, in the support that Economy provides to the UN Climate Change Secretariat. Yeah, climate change, right? Climate change. These climate change advocates are so good and great, right? Well, let's see what these climate change individuals are proposing, since they're so, and that might be a key word that they might block out. But now check this out. This is naturalnews.com. It says here, first bugs, now cannibalism. Scientist says humans need to eat other humans to what? to fight climate change. So this climate change, or this CC, okay, because I'm sure at some point, as the push gets further and further, they're going to put this as one of them keywords that they'll come and take down your video for. Why? Because I forgot where it was. If it was in Australia, where the one running the country is a woman. You know, she got the accent. You know, and she basically came out and said, "Look, the truth is what we tell you the truth is. If you didn't hear it from us, then it's not truth. We are your truth." All right. See if I can find that. Is it Australia? Australia. We are your truth. Nope. Okay, never mind. If I find it, I'll post it up. But yeah, pretty much that's what she said. She said, if you don't hear it from us, then it's not true. We are your truth. What we tell you the truth is, that's what the truth is. Excuse me? What in the 1984 is this? But yeah, pretty much this is what's going on. Right? So there is a transition. There's a transition happening. The reset is happening. It's not about to happen. It's already happening. Okay, as you can see here, to encourage global climate action. So I mean, hey, and then now you have here LA landlords call for end to eviction moratorium. All right, basically they're saying that in LA they extended it another year, but now this is becoming a problem for the landlords, because now, like I said, they're on the risk of losing their assets and all of that, their property, because their tenants ain't paying rent. So how the hell are they supposed to pay for this stuff? You know? So I'm not really going to read this article. I'll put in the link. I'll put the link in the description box. But I want to read these two precepts real briefly. This is the book of Romans chapter 13, verse 11. It says, "And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believe." Now, why is that? Because salvation is going to come from destruction. When all right, let me give you another example, right? If somebody's standing in the middle of the street, just an empty street, and they're standing in the middle of the street, and you come and you grab them and you pull them out of the way, out of the street, right? Are they going to have the same reaction then versus when they're standing in the middle of the street and there's a giant truck coming full speed with the brakes torn and they can't stop and it's honking, and then you go and grab them and pull them out of the way? The first situation, all you did was pull somebody from the street. The second situation is when you saved somebody's life. What's different about the two situations? There was danger in one of them, and in the other there was no danger. It was the same action, but the action became a saving. It went from just pulling somebody to saving them because there was danger. Danger was introduced into the picture. Something life-threatening was introduced into the picture. That's when salvation comes. It's being saved, there needs to be a sense of danger. Okay? A sense of calamity that you have been saved from. See? That from wasn't in the scenario the first time. So why does it say our salvation is nearer than when we believed? Because the more the destruction comes, now you've introduced the danger aspect. Now the salvation can come, because we're going to gain salvation from something. We're going to be saved from something. And so when we see the something that we're going to be saved from, we know that the saving is coming. Okay? But as it says, knowing the time. You got to know the times. And how do you know the times? 2 Ezra chapter 9 and 1. You got to measure the times diligently to know and understand the prophecies, to know what time you are in, and, paying attention to current events, know what is happening, how to link up biblical prophecy with current secular events, things that are going on in the world as of today. And then you can find out what's to come next, what has already happened, what is happening now, and what's going to happen next. Okay, so it's very important that you awake out of sleep and you watch, as the scripture is going to say in the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 4. It says, "But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that day shall overtake you as a thief." So The reason you got people that walk around today as though they don't have a clue in the world is because they're in darkness. The light has not shined on them. The Lord has not opened their eyes to see and be aware of what's going on. So they walk around like nothing is going on. But we're not like that. Our eyes have been opened so we can see and analyze and process. No, when they come out and they say this, that something is coming, they're about to do something, you know? So we're not, it's not going to overtake us as a thief in the night. The return of the Lord, the destruction that's coming, that's not going to overtake us because we're aware. It's not going to catch us by surprise because we've been expecting it. Verse 5, it says, ye are all children of light, or ye are all the children of the light, and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us what? Let us watch and be sober. And that's the main part right there. When you go into the word watch, this is why consistency and diligence is very important. Because when you go into the word watch, watching does not necessarily mean you can watch something one day, but if you're not watching continuously, then you're not watching. That means you watched. You watched, meaning past tense. You did it, but you did it once. That's not going to benefit you. Okay? A watchman doesn't go up on his tower. He looks left, right, behind, up top, down. Okay, all right, I'm done. No, he's constantly watching. So when you go into the word watch, in the Greek it's Gregorio, which sounds like a Gregorian or Gregory, but it reminds me of the Gregorian calendar, which was after Pope. Was it Pope Gregory? I forgot what the numericals for him were, but that's why we have Google, right? Pope Gregory calendar. Let's see. No. Pope Gregory calendar. Okay, let's see. Okay, Pope Gregory, the X is 10. This is 3/13, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it might be him. Yep. So I'm not gonna go into this. I just wanted his name. It's a whole nother lesson. But let me finish it off here. The word watch, when you come down, you see it says to watch, metaphor, give strict attention to, be cautious, what? Active. It says to take heed, lest through remission and indolence, some destructive calamity suddenly overtake one. When you look up that word indolence, it goes into laziness, idleness, right? So you got to take heed lest you start to become lazy and idle and distracted, and through your distraction some destruction come upon you, or some destructive calamity hits you without you being aware because you weren't paying attention. So we have to what? Constantly watch, because we are aware of the times that are coming. All right, there's a lot of things happening in the world, but it would sound like nothing is happening to you if you're not looking. All right. Anyway, with that, I'm going to end it here. Lord willing, that was edifying to the elect. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakak Wadash. Until next time, Shalom.